Listen up. Black people. Ice clean, Smith & Wesson beam. It's a media theme. Clari-T inspiring. Requirements, never tiring. Laundry list you never miss. No wishing. Best media on display. Problem solved out the way. Magnitude, Godzilla. Selling more power than J Thriller. Getting backlash, cash stash so we can grow. Clear out on the air, you better go. Ancestors need us to be bold. Smart enough to live another day. Get it right. Solving problems quick without non-descendants up in our mix. Race soldiers getting help. Turning backs and watch and let you shoot. Clari-T, bright, speaking truth. No help, have to help ourselves. Raised up if not for nothing else. T-technical, scientific, qualified. Always with it. Come through, rock with a few. Drip lit like a spotlight.
Just winning, media life spinning. Media life spinning. Media life spinning. Just winning, media life spinning. Media life spinning. Media life spinning.
Enemies outside, enemies within. We gotta stop it. Know it's a profit. Burden heavy, broken levy. Meant to youth, now and forever. Politics is what she's speaking. Good mental health needed. Lift each other, don't trip. If your brother slip, extend grip. Make cash flip, pay each other. That's a good look, need each other. Deep inside, it's survival. Jump in together, no rifle. All the content's original. If you hear it, listen and share it all. Then you should've played with all your heart. Clara sticks it to him like a dart. And had the aim of archery to mark. Melanin made them all envy. Experimenting, cause they saw me blow by a NASCAR race. Nah, better space boost pace. Yeah. Nah, better space boost pace, boy.
Just winning, media life spinning. Media life spinning. Media life spinning. Just winning, media life spinning. Media life spinning. Media life spinning.
Change that though. Clari-T, hey, listen. Clari-T media. Clari-T, hey, listen up. Black people. Ice clean, Smith & Wesson beam. It's a media theme. Clari-T inspiring. Requirements, never tiring. Laundry list you never miss. No wishing. Best media on display. Problem solved out the way. Magnitude, Godzilla. Selling more power than J Thriller. Getting backlash, cash stash so we can grow. Clear out on the air, you better go. Ancestors need us to be bold. Smart enough to live another day. Get it right. Solving problems quick without non-descendants up in our mix. Race soldiers getting help. Turning backs and watch and let you shoot. Clari-T, bright, speaking truth. No help, have to help ourselves. Raised up if not for nothing else. T-technical, scientific, qualified. Always with it. Come through, rock with a few. Drip lit like a spotlight.
Just winning, media life spinning. Media life spinning. Media life spinning. Just winning, media life spinning.
Enemies outside, enemies within. We gotta stop it. Know it's a profit. Burden heavy, broken levy. Meant to youth, now and forever. Politics is what she's speaking. Good mental health needed. Lift each other, don't trip. If your brothers pay each other, that's a good look. Need each other. deep inside, it's survival. Jump in together, no rifle. All the content's original. If you hear it, listen and share it all. Then you should have played with all your heart. Clara sticks it to him like a dart, and had the aim of archery to mark. Melanin made them all envy, experimenting, cause they saw me blow by a NASCAR race. Nah, better space boost pace. Yeah. Nah, better space boost pace, boy.
Just winning, media life spinning, media life spinning, media life spinning. Just winning, media life spinning, media life spinning, media life spinning.
Life nourishes us and is our greatest partner. We act with reverence, respect, and reciprocity in all that we do. We acknowledge the first peoples who have lived and thrived on these lands for thousands of years and who have kept this sacred relationship alive for all of humanity. Here in the Bay Area and in California, we acknowledge the Ohlone Indians and the African American people who have been living on these lands since time immemorial. We acknowledge all of our ancestors that have walked and stewarded these lands before us and those that continue to walk with us on this journey to a more harmonious world. We acknowledge our responsibility to think of those yet to come and to leave them a world that is capable of providing abundant life. With love in our hearts, we say merci. Thank you. We acknowledge the indigenous Indians and Africans who were forcefully removed from their native lands and dispersed across the New World. This involuntary relocation and forced migration heavily contributed to the movement of African Indian descended people across the African diaspora and the Americas. And here we are today to analyze and discuss reparations and how to make amends to right the wrongs of social injustice and war against these people. There is a long history of harm. Therefore, reparations can take many forms depending on who is demanding the repair.
Today's live stream is being brought to you by Clari-T Media. Support the San Francisco Dreamkeeper Initiative, recognizing and investing in the diverse Black and African American communities of San Francisco with a wide range of programs to support youth, families, seniors, and members of the Black LGBTQ+ communities. Dreamkeeper San Francisco is fostering hope for generations of Black people to feel free to dream boldly. Visit dreamkeepersf.org today. Tune in weekdays to the Bay Area Mental Health Hour on YouTube, Instagram, and on Facebook. You'll find us covering issues surrounding your everyday coping skills and your mental health and wellness. And remember, your mental health matters as much as your physical health.
Black woman owned. Clari-T Media.
Black people.
Good evening, everybody. It's Alicia Mayo. Thank you so much for tuning in to Clari-T Media. I'm here at home, still celebrating my 58th birthday. I celebrated yesterday, and I just want to take this moment to give thanks to my ancestors, give thanks to my grandparents and to my parents for this 58th return around the sun. This solar return has been a very special one because I've been able to travel a little bit and see some other parts of the world, not too far away from my home, but nevertheless away from home, alone. And in this exploration, I've found other Black people who I'm related to. And that is really exciting to be able to travel and see that we have family all over this earth is amazing. Okay. So it gives me a real sense of connectedness and unity and oneness. And so I just want to, again, thank all of the people who love me and who show me love for my birthday and on any day. I appreciate all of you. So thanks for that, first of all. Now, thank you for tuning in tonight, because tonight's broadcast is not planned. It is a broadcast that is breaking news in a sense. We've had a lot of breaking news lately, some unfortunate news with, the incidents happening in Florida and things like that. But, that's even more reason for us to be talking about what I will be talking about tonight, because unfortunately, there are still divisions between people, white, black, and others. Okay. And that's been a real problem. And that's why we are where we are today. And that is why Black people in California and in San Francisco and around the world are finally saying no more. We have had enough of the troubles that have been caused by others toward us, okay? And so we are continuing our civil rights fight. This is a movement for reparations, and I want you all to be aware of what's happening in San Francisco and in California. It is, to me, an extension of the civil rights movement, of the Black Panther Party movement, of all of the movements that were began and started because Black people want freedom, because Black people want autonomy, because Black people want to be treated fairly, because Black people want to be treated like human beings. We want what is owed to us, what we've worked for to make this country what it is. And that should come in the form of reparations, making the repairs for the harm that has been done to us, okay? This is not free money that we're just asking for. We're not asking for a handout. We're not asking for something we have not earned, okay? So with that, let me just say that you need to get involved. If you know that what I've stated is true, and if you believe and agree with what I'm saying, it's time for you to get involved, because what happens in San Francisco will affect the rest of California, and it will also affect the rest of the country and the rest of the world, for that matter, as far as I'm concerned, because San Francisco's legislation that will happen will be the largest payout and the largest reparations settlement. It will be legislation, it will become policy, and it will affect other Blacks around the world. And therefore, you need to be involved. If you have never lived in California, if you have never lived in San Francisco, and you are Black, you need to be involved in what I'm going to share here tonight. So let me just include the very first flyer here. Okay, so here's the flyer for the rally that's happening on September 19th with the San Francisco Board of Supervisors and the San Francisco African American Reparations Advisory Committee, and the people of San Francisco who are Black, who were affected by all kinds of discriminatory practices, redlining, gentrification, unfair employment opportunities, unfair education, circumstances that were not created and caused by us, but that were created and caused by others against us Black folks in San Francisco. So if you care about Black people, and if you care about Black people in San Francisco, make sure that you let your voice be heard to support reparations for us. Show up at the Board of Supervisors at City Hall for the hearing on the final reparations recommendations. That's happening September 19th, Tuesday, at City Hall, room 250 at 1 Dr. Carlton B. Goodlett Place, San Francisco. At 12 noon, the rally will begin on the steps of City Hall, And then at 3 p.m., the Board of Supervisors hearing will begin. Again, that's happening at room 250 at City Hall of San Francisco. Join in person, or you can join online by visiting and going to www.sfgovtv. That's www.sfgovtv.org. Okay, so that is the first flyer I want to share. The second flyer is this other flyer to support San Francisco reparations. If you support reparations for Black San Francisco, you need to sign the endorsement form. And you can get the endorsement form by visiting bit.ly or bit.ly, bit.ly, and it's shown there on the screen, /endorse SF reparations. Okay. It is all case sensitive, as you can see there, but that is the link. So you can go to that link and sign the endorsement form to support San Franciscans, Black San Franciscans who want reparations, who deserve reparations, okay? And you can learn more by visiting sfreparations.org. That is the website where the final report is also there. Over 300 pages of proof and facts and research and history and data, all collected by all of those San Francisco committee members on the San Francisco African American Reparations Advisory Committee. They have done outstanding work to do the research, to understand why San Franciscans, Black San Franciscans, deserve reparations, okay? So again, if you visit www.sfreparations.org, and that's at the bottom of this flyer on the screen, if you visit that website, you can get your hands on the copy of that final report that will also be presented in person at San Francisco City Hall on September 19th. So this is our final hearing, our final reparations report and recommendations, happening September 19th beginning at 12 noon on the steps of City Hall, and then continuing at 3 p.m. with the Board of Supervisors to present the report, the recommendations for the final demand, not just recommendations, but the final demand for reparations for Black San Franciscans. If you support any of this, please endorse reparations for Black San Franciscans, attend the meeting at the Board of Supervisors, and or you can attend a community engagement session, also known as a listening session, okay? And you can register by scanning the QR code listed on this flyer that I'm presenting. And you can also find it at bit.ly/AARAC, that's /African American Reparations Advisory Committee -engagement. Okay, we have prepared and planned and thought out this effort to reach the people and to tell the people what is going on with reparations for San Francisco, Black San Francisco, that is, and for Black California, and for Blacks across the nation on the federal level and on the international level. That's the way I see it, okay? What happens in San Francisco will affect Black California, and what happens in for Black Californians will happen for Black people across our country, and subsequently across the world. Okay, that is how we see it. That is our goal. Okay, so again, these listening sessions are happening beginning this Wednesday across San Francisco to help Black San Francisco understand what has been done on their behalf by the African American Reparations Advisory Committee. Okay, that committee they've been working on behalf of Black San Francisco, okay, for over a year now. And what is the research all about? What is the ask? How much are they asking for? Who qualifies? All of those questions will be answered. You can ask even more questions. You can make your voices be heard. You can give your opinions. You can say what you need to say about your family's history and legacy and how your family or you were affected by different discriminatory practices in San Francisco. Okay. So these are your opportunities. Okay. So again, August 30th, that's this coming Wednesday. The very first public listening session is happening at the Bayview YMCA, and that's at 1601 Lane Avenue in the Bayview. And then on Thursday, the African American Reparation Advisory Committee will be at the Western Addition Honey Arts Studio, and that's on Sutter Street. All the information is there on the flyer. I'm going to leave this recording on my Facebook page, on my YouTube channel. Just look for Clari-T Media, and that's spelled Clarit Media. So you can see that there on the screen as well. Again, you have to gather up this information, share it with your friends and family. It is extremely important that we know what's happening so that we all understand what is expected, what will be happening, what, how we can get involved, what is due to us, what we should expect, what part we play. We all have a part to play in this, and you should all be sharing this information and getting excited about it, because again, this will make national headlines, because we will set a precedence. We will be the first to receive the largest reparations settlement in the history of our country. San Franciscans in San Francisco have done the work, done the research, and we know what is owed, okay? And we are demanding it through legislation and policy. It will become law, okay? Imagine that in 2023, 2024, it will be a reality, okay? So let me just share some more information here. There's some frequently asked questions like, what does the San Francisco African American Reparation Advisory Committee, what do they do? They are made up of a 15-member body that were legislatively created by Supervisor Shaman Walton to advise the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, the mayor, and the Human Rights Commission, and the public about the development of a San Francisco specific reparations plan that chronicles the legacy and impact of American chattel slavery, post-Civil War government sanctioned discrimination against African Americans, and ongoing institutional discrimination that has adversely impacted the lives of Black San Franciscans. And where are they in the process right now? The ARAC committee have submitted a final San Francisco reparations plan to the Board of Supervisors, the mayor, and the Human Rights Commission and the commissioners on July 7, 2023. And on September 19, 2023, the Board of Supervisors will convene to act on the final recommendations from the ARAC committee. And this final report can be viewed at www.sfreparations.org. Just go there and look for the pull down or the tab that will take you to the final report. And when will reparations be made available? Okay, well, the timing for the creation of a reparations program has yet to be determined by the Board of Supervisors. That is why it is so important for you to take part in the September 19th meeting. If you can't attend that meeting in person, you can watch the meeting on SF sfgovtv. That's sfgovtv.org. And if you go to that website, you can connect to the link that will take you into the live meeting, I believe. Okay. If not, if you have any problems there, just visit sfreparations.org for more information. Let me add that. Let me add the website to the stream here. Okay, just give me a second. And again, I just want to say thank you to everyone tuning in and watching this live stream. I'm Alicia Mayo, the founder and CEO of Clari-T Media. And I'm happy to bring this information, this important information about reparations for Black San Francisco, for Black Californians, and for Black people across this world. I mean, what happens in San Francisco will happen everywhere else. Believe that, okay? Believe that. Okay, so let me, again, I want to include a very important website, and that is the reparations website, www.sfreparations.org. Okay, so again, so we talked about when reparations will be made. Oh, no, we haven't. That's where we left off. Sorry. So the reparations so far have not been made available. We are having the last hearing with the Board of Supervisors on September 19th, beginning at 3 p.m., but the rally starts at 12 noon on the steps of City Hall in San Francisco, and then they will move into room 250 with the San Francisco Board of Supervisors and the Human Rights Commission and the rest of the public. We'll all move into that room and talk about the final report, and we will make the final recommendations there. Okay, and according to the United Nations, to satisfy the definition of reparation, a comprehensive program must include rehabilitation, satisfaction, compensation, and a guarantee of non-repetition. Okay, and those are all of the things that have been recommended in the report. So that's how much work has been done by the ARAC committee. Okay, this has been going on for a while, and so if you did not know, now you know what has happened. Now it's time for you to support all of those members of the San Francisco African American Reparations Advisory Committee that have done the work on behalf of Black San Francisco and on the behalf of Black Californians and on the behalf of Black folks across the country and across the world. They have done a tremendous amount of work. This is very important work. This is the kind of work that will affect all of us, our children, our grandchildren, and their children for years to come. We're talking about permanent legislation that will repair and get us to where we deserve to be as Black people, okay? So you need to support this effort and all of this work, whether you attend online or attend in person, and whether you have lived in San Francisco or California or not. I hope that you can see and understand just how important this is for all Black people. And I hope that you can see the connectedness or the connectivity, the unity that is necessary for this fight, okay? Okay, so lastly, let's go over how you can sign up for reparations. Okay, so currently there's not an option to sign up to receive reparations payment at this time, but that is coming. There has been no decision on reparations and amounts at this time either. But the final San Francisco reparations plan has been submitted to the Board of Supervisors, the mayor, and the Human Rights Commission commissioners. And it will be voted on September 19th. This is the meeting that I'm talking about, okay? So if, in fact, you want to sign up to receive reparations, you need to be at the meeting on September 19th. Again, whether you're in person or on a live stream. That's how you'll know what they've decided, okay? The Board of Supervisors, so far, they have said that they support reparations for Black San Franciscans. But will they live up to it? Will they follow up? Will they keep their word? We will find out on September 19th. Okay? It'll be voted on then. And will the Reparations Committee continue to hold meetings after that? Well, they will continue to hold monthly meetings until the committee sunsets in January 2024, and that's right around the corner. The meeting information and those links where you can attend can be found at www.sfreparations.org, and that's the website that's running in the ticker below. Now, you might be asking, what is the role of the Human Rights Commission in the work of reparations? Well, the HRC provides staff support and technical assistance to the Reparations Advisory Committee. And HRC, the Human Rights Commission, captures and catalogs the recommendations of the committee and community members, research assistance, and supports community outreach and engagement, okay? And if you are asking how you can get involved in the reparations work, between late August, right now, between now and early September, we'll be having multiple community engagement sessions to receive public input on the reparations plan and mobilize support for the September 19th hearing. You can register to attend each of the sessions by visiting reparations.org or the other links that I will include with this live stream after I'm done recording. I'll be sure to paste the links for the listening sessions. You can register to attend those listening sessions in person. Again, the first listening session is happening in San Francisco in the Bayview Hunters Point at the Bayview YMCA on this Wednesday. It begins this Wednesday, August 30th. The first listening session begins at 4 p.m. at the Bayview YMCA, 1601 Lane Avenue, San Francisco. And the last listening session will happen September 17th. That's a Sunday in the Tenderloin, okay, at Glide Memorial Church, okay? And that September 17th last listening session is just 2 days before the final recommendation hearing with the Board of Supervisors, where you can let your voice be heard. That's happening September 19th, beginning at 12 noon on the steps of City Hall in San Francisco. Okay, so please look back at this recording. You can get all of that information and more as I will continue to share the links for all of you and your family members, friends, and other folks who will be affected by what San Francisco is doing for Black people across this nation and across the world, okay? We have mobilized and done the work. And I just want to say thank you to the San Francisco African American Reparations Advisory Committee members. Thank you to Supervisor Shimon Walton. Thank you to Mayor London Breed. Thank you to the Director of the Human Rights Commission, the Executive Director, Dr. Cheryl Evans Davis, and all of her Human Rights Commission staff members who have done a tremendous amount of work to support all of this work. And anyone else that I have not mentioned who have been an important part of making all of this possible, including you, the public, who have been dedicated like myself and attended all of the meetings and tried to share information like this with our folks to make sure that we know what's happening. Excuse me. Okay, so excuse me, something's tickling my nose here. I don't know what that is. All right, so Alicia Mayo here, thanking all of you for tuning into Clari-T Media. I want to just read through the last notes here that were shared with me that I'm sharing with you. If you want to stay in touch or you have ideas about the information that I have presented here, you can reach out to reparations at sfgov.org. That's reparations at sfgov.org. I'll type that in. If you have any questions or concerns or suggestions, or you'd like to sign up for the Reparations newsletter, you may also call area code 415-252-2500 to leave a message, and a member of the Reparations team will call you back. Okay. Let me include that information, and I'll do that while I take a quick little commercial break to share some important information with you. Just give me a second here, and I will be right back. Okay. Thank you so much. Alicia Mayo here of Clari-T Media. I will be back.
Like a mountain standing in the clouds, defying odds that were impossible. This ain't over, so don't count me out. So many said that it couldn't be done. If they would dare to walk a mile in my shoes, they would see just how far I've come. It's a fight I refuse to lose. It's been tough, I know it, but these eyes are never gonna show it. I'm okay, I'll be fine. I'm taking in my life one breath at a time. Been through the fire and I felt the burn.
Tune in weekdays to the Bay Area Mental Health Hour on YouTube, Instagram, and on Facebook. You'll find us covering issues surrounding your everyday coping skills and your mental health and wellness. And remember, your mental health matters as much as your physical health.
You're watching Clari-T Media. Out of chaos comes clarity.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in to Clari-T Media. It's Alicia Mayo, broadcasting live from my birthday location, okay? If you're not a friend with me on Facebook, you don't need to know. Okay. Well, I didn't mean that personally. You know I love you. That's why I'm here sharing all of this information. You know where I'm at. I'm celebrating my birthday in an undisclosed location. And I'm having a good time. But I just cannot stay away from work because there's important information that I must share with you. It involves all of us, the future of our children and our grandchildren and many generations to come. That's how important it was for me to go live here. My birthday was just yesterday. Okay, I should be out celebrating, but I'm not. Well, I am celebrating because this is a celebration. The work that has been done by the African American Reparations Advisory Committee is a celebration. All of the work that's been done by Supervisor Shimon Walton, by the Executive Director of the Human Rights Commission, Dr. Cheryl Evans Davis, and Director Saida Leah Tatufu, and all of the Human Rights Commission staff members who have diligently supported and done the work to share this information, all of the Reparations Advisory Committee members who have sacrificed long hours to do the research, to publish the report that can be found at www.sfreparations.org. They have done a tremendous amount of work to make sure that we all are represented as Black people in San Francisco and in California, across this country and the world for that matter. They had every Black person in mind when they did that work. I am sure of it, okay? Because it's a tremendous amount of work in this reparations report. Let me add it to the stream. Over 300 pages of work that's been done on behalf of Black people to tell the story of discrimination, harm that's been done to Black people in San Francisco and across the world. You know, what has happened to us has happened to other Black folks in very similar ways or another. Maybe not to the degree that it happened to us here in San Francisco, because there was so much on the line for people who did not want to share, who did not want to give us what is owed to us, what we worked for. We built an extraordinary city. We built an extraordinary city. You know, when you hear that song, we built this city, okay? We built this city. We're talking about San Francisco, okay? We built this city. And we were not paid fairly. We were not treated fairly as citizens with employment. Look, Willie Mays is denied a house based on race, okay? People were cheated. People were discriminated against. There's the timeline of how it happened. It's all in this report, okay? And you can find the report at www.sfreparations.org. Let me pull up that the website there, okay? Support the San Francisco Reparations Advisory Committee and all of the work that's been done on behalf of Black people across this world, across this earth. We will receive reparations, okay? We have done the work, and it will resonate across this earth, okay? And hopefully we will all see a true freedom. All right, so with that, let me just look through my notes here and make sure that I've covered everything. If you missed any of this live stream, please look back at it, okay? I'm shutting everything down. I'm shutting all the windows down because it's been a lot of information that I've shared here with you. If you missed anything, please just look back at it, check it out, see what you missed. It's all here on Clari-T Media, and thank you so much for tuning in. I want you to get involved, understand just how important this information is. It looks like I may have some comments. Let me just look here. You're nuts, lady, says Paul Danaki. Why do I have to be nuts, Paul? You don't have to make this personal. But since you want to go there, Paul, seems like you're not. I'm really trying to find my words. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna be nice to Paul, and I'm going to repeat myself, Paul Danaki, if that's your real name. Were you listening? If you did not hear what I said, there were some folks who discriminated and treated Black people in San Francisco and in California and in America unfairly. Okay? Some people were hoarding. Some people were stealing from Black people. Some people did some really awful things. Okay, I'm just trying to find the nicest way to speak to you, Paul Danaki. Dalnaki. Okay, I'm going to say your name correctly. I'm trying to find the words, the personal words to, well, I just gave you a bunch of personal words. Okay, if you weren't watching, if you weren't listening, if you weren't reading, you can look back at this live stream. Okay? And if you need any help, just go to a family member, a friend, or a neighbor and ask them to read the information for you so that you understand what this is about. I don't want you to get all hot and bothered or too excited when you think of reparations for Black people, okay? Don't get too hot and bothered by it. Just when you read it, when you listen to it, just step out of your own shoes just for a second if you're willing to do that, and consider if you were one of us or if you were me. Okay, just for a moment, just try to do that. Do the best. Do your best. And if you don't understand and if you just don't get it, then just move on to something else. It won't really affect you. Hi there, Crystal. Thank you for tuning in and adding your comment here. Okay, so, and thank you to all of you for tuning in tonight to this live stream. This is Alicia Mayo of Clari-T Media. I'm the founder and CEO of Clari-T Media, founded out of chaos, okay? And that chaos was the reality that I came to understand working in corporate media. And that reality is that our voices didn't matter. Voices like mine did not matter. No matter how much work I did for them, and no matter how much dedication I gave, and how much time and effort and energy I put in to tell their stories and to produce their content about them, no one was ever willing to allow me to tell a story or two about my people and about our experiences. So I had to leave. I had to leave that newsroom or those newsrooms and create my own newsroom. And thank goodness for social media. What a blessing and a curse. But nevertheless, I've been able to share some information that I think is really important and to share some stories that I think are important. And you can find those stories and information and news on Clari-T Media. Just go to www.claritmedia.org or visit the website www.claritmedia.com, okay? And you'll find all of the content there and more, because out of chaos comes clarity. I can see clearly now. And that is what we long for as Black people. We long to be able to see clearly, to be able to breathe normally, to be able to have a normal heartbeat, to be able to have a normal level of blood pressure. We want to relax, enjoy time with our families. We want to have regular vacations. We want to have good, healthy, nutritious foods. We want to have equal opportunities for education. We want to enjoy life because we've worked for it. And so it is due and it is time. Okay, so with that, let's celebrate what we're about to have, what will be legislation, that will be law. Okay, we've done everything the right way, and it's time for us to enjoy the fruits of our labor and enjoy the fruits of the labor of our ancestors. Okay, it is time. So thank you again to everyone for tuning in. My goodness, what an exciting time. Okay. So I want to share a little more information and then I am going to end this live stream. Okay. So I will see you guys next time. I love you. Thank you.
Today's live stream is being brought to you by Clari-T Media. Support the San Francisco Dreamkeeper Initiative, recognizing and investing in the diverse Black and African American communities of San Francisco with a wide range of programs to support youth, families, seniors, and members of the Black LGBTQ+ communities. Dreamkeeper San Francisco is fostering hope for generations of Black people to feel free to dream boldly. Visit dreamkeepersf.org today. Meeting by attending the virtual public meeting happening March 6th at 6 p.m. on Zoom. Tap on the link and be a part of the process today. Tap on the link and be a part of the process today. We acknowledge our Mother Earth that gives us life, nourishes us, and is our greatest partner. We act with reverence, respect, and reciprocity in all that we do. We acknowledge the first peoples who have lived and thrived on these lands for thousands of years and who have kept this sacred relationship alive for all of humanity. Here in the Bay Area and in California, we acknowledge the Ohlone Indians and the African American people who have been living on these lands since time immemorial. We acknowledge all of our ancestors that have walked and stewarded these lands before us and those that continue to walk with us on this journey to a more harmonious world. We acknowledge our responsibility to think of those yet to come and to leave them a world that is capable of providing abundant life. With love in our hearts, we say merci. Thank you. We acknowledge the indigenous Indians and Africans who were forcefully removed from their native lands and dispersed across the New World. This involuntary relocation and forced migration heavily contributed to the movement of African Indian descended people across the African diaspora and the Americas. And here we are today to analyze and discuss reparations and how to make amends to right the wrongs of social injustice and war against these people. There is a long history of harm. Therefore, reparations can take many forms depending on who is demanding the repair. Support the San Francisco African American Reparations Advisory Committee as they tackle important issues. They need your involvement to develop policy recommendations. Make your voice heard. Support the Economic Empowerment Subcommittee meeting by attending the virtual public meeting happening March 6th at 6 p.m. on Zoom. Tap on the link and be a part of the process today. Tap on the link and be a part of the process today. We acknowledge our Mother Earth that gives us life, nourishes us, and is our greatest partner. We act with reverence, respect, and reciprocity in all that we do. We acknowledge the first.
Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. There's some information there that is actually current. There have been several meetings, of course. And the next meeting is our last meeting, and that is happening on September 19th. Okay. It is not happening in March. We did have that one, but the next one is happening September 19th at the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, September 19th, beginning at 3 p.m. The last hearing will begin at 3 p.m. Be there in room 250 at San Francisco City Hall. The rally will begin at 12 noon on the steps of City Hall, and then we'll move into room 250. And that is the updated information. We will also be holding listening sessions in San Francisco and across the city, beginning this Wednesday at the Bayview YMCA at 4 p.m. You can make your voices heard there. Share the information with your friends and family, and get involved today. You can visit www.sfreparations.org for more information, okay? make sure that you take part in what's happening, you guys. Again, this is really, really important here for our futures. Okay. So with that, I will say good night, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you.
Clari-T Media. Clari-T. Hey, listen up. Black people. Ice Clean, Smith & Wesson Beam. It's a media theme. Clarity inspiring. Requirements never tiring. Laundry list you never miss. No wishing. Best media on display. Problem solved out the way. Magnitude, Godzilla. Selling more power than Jay Thriller. Getting backlash, cash stash so we can grow. Clever on the air, you better go. Ancestors need us to be bold. Smart enough to live for another day. Get it right. Solving problems quick without 9 descendants up in our mix. Race soldiers getting help. Turning backs and watching, let you shoot. Clarity, bright, speaking truth. No help, have to help ourselves. Raised up if not for nothing else. T-technical, scientific, qualified. Always with it. Come through, rock with a few. Drip lit, like a spotlight. Just winning, media life spinning. Media life spinning. Media life spinning. Just winning, media life spinning. Media life spinning. Media life spinning. Enemies outside, enemies within. We gotta stop it. Know it's a profit. Burden heavy, broken levy. Meant to youth, now and forever. Politics is what she's speaking. Good mental health needed. Lift each other, don't trip. If your brother slip, extend grip. Make cash flip, pay each other. That's a good look, need each other. Deep inside, it's survival. Jump in together, no rifle. All the content's original. If you hear it, listen and share it all. Then you should have played with all your heart. Clara sticks it to him like a dart. And have the aim of archery to mark. Melanin made them all envy. Experimenting, cause they saw me blow by a NASCAR race. Nah, better space boost pace. Yeah. Nah, better space boost pace, boy. Just winning. Media life spinning. Media life spinning. Media life spinning. Just winning. Media life spinning.